obviously a lot of frustration after that loss. What are you seeing this week from the leadership?
I mean, just, I mean, the sense of urgency is there. Like, we know that we didn't play to our best level last week, and we know what the standard is. And I feel like that standard has been reinforced in practice from the pre-snap operation to the post-snap operation, the cover and finishing after the play, to just knowing your assignment. Like, even in meetings, like, we're taking a more active approach. Like, we're going to the skillet. We're actually looking at cards and then going and doing them before practice, and then we have a walkthrough, and then we're going to practice. So I feel like the preparation has just been up in itself, and guys understand too.
You think about walking off that field Sunday night. What was the frustration?
I mean, the frustration was, we didn't go out there and play our best ball. Like, we knew that was it was a regular season game, but we know that it meant a little bit more than a regular game. And so going out there and, just losing that the way we did, it was just disappointing because we know what type of football team we are. We know how talented we are. We know how good we can be. It's just about showing up and being consistent with that.
Is it flush now? Frustrated?
I definitely say I don't think we should. I don't think we should forget something like that. I mean, you definitely got to flush it and move on. But I mean, just definitely keep that feeling with you. Just understand that if you don't operate at the standard that you know that you can, like you can lose and you can lose bad. So I think it's all about moving on to the next week, but just kind of carrying that sense of urgency with you.
And life moves fast in this league, right?
Exactly.
I mean, the Chargers, they're 2-2, but they lost 2 games by 5 total points. One of them in overtime. What's the challenge?
I mean, they're a solid squad. It's going to be the same challenge you see every week. You're going to go against a talented squad. You're going to have good players, and you're going to have to isolate them. You're going to have to cut some guys out, shut some guys down. But it's all about us at the end of the day. I feel like as long as we do what we know we can do, we'll have the result that we want.
What's the challenge that Khalil Mack provides?
I mean, he's a great defensive end. Obviously, we're going to game plan it up, and we'll have a plan for that. But, he's a great player.
Tyler, can you take us through that block you had on Fred Warner?
I mean,
One play, but
it was. I mean, it was like a little toss scheme. I got up to the second level. Obviously, I knew I had to cut off the angle, and he stuck out his arm, and so he kind of gave me he kind of gave me a bridge, and so I just played the way that I play. I took full advantage, full finish, and just kind of. I mean, it was a really good block. But that's something I should be doing.
How does it feel to kind of ragdoll somebody in the NFL?
I mean, it's a great feeling for sure. That's part of the way. One of the reasons I love offensive line. It's the same thing I was doing in college, just kind of playing the way I know I can play and just having fun with it.
One of the things coaches have talked about is how quickly you earned respect amongst the other offensive linemen. It's not given, it's earned. What was your mentality coming in last year in terms of trying to earn that respect?
I mean, ultimately to contribute. Like, coming out of college, I was a tackle. Coming here, I knew they wanted me to play more guard from the onset. And so my biggest thing was just getting up to speed with the game plan, learning from the guys in the room and just being able to contribute from that first year. Like, I just wanted to, do my part. And I felt like that was the most important thing.
You kind of take that mentality into this year?
Oh, definitely. You keep getting better, always stacking. I'm always trying to stack, always trying to get better. So, you never stop learning. You can never stop getting better. And if you think you can't get better, you might not be here long. So just keep stacking.
Tyler, is there a big difference between Bosa and Matt?
I mean, yeah, they're like two different players. I mean, like, in a literal sense, I mean, they're two different players. Obviously, very talented pass rushers, extremely athletic, but they are two different players, and you have to study them and learn their tendencies as such. So, yeah.
Is it just difference of like one you got to be more aggressive, one you got to hold back, or how do you prepare for that?
I mean, you really got to watch the tape because, Khalil likes to rush high. Typically, he likes to rush high, counter at the level of the quarterback, long arm, chop rip. Those are his moves. Like, Bosa, he also has his certain moves. He can do it all. Like, he can spin. He can do an inside move, like certain things, but it's all about breaking down the film and learning each specific player's tendencies. You can't really necessarily lump them together because they are two different players. They have two different play styles. So.
With the bye week coming up, does this take on even more relevance to what practice should before then?
I mean, if we had a team to play next week, I think this game would still be just as relevant as it is. Like, it's all it's about for us right now is just stacking and getting back in the win column. So, we got to take each week as if it's our Super Bowl and go from there.
I know you guys play complementary football on offense, but Chargers score about 28 points a game, 7th highest rate scoring team in the league. Long question short. Do you guys kind of feel like, hey, to complement the defense this week, we definitely got to score a little bit more?
I mean, that's always been our focus from early on in the year. There have been games where we got in the red zone and we haven't scored, and we're an offense that can score. So just getting in that end zone and getting those points, like you said, and playing complementary football is what we've been trying to get to. So that's something we're going to continue to get better at. Obviously, it's something we're very urgent about in practice, but yeah, it's really important.
Thanks, Tyler.
No problem at all. I mean, it's really good. Like Zach, Zach is such a smart player, best in the business. Like a guy that has more All-Pro votes than holding calls. Like everybody knows, a crazy statistic. But he teaches me a lot, and he continues to teach me. Even though, I may do some things well, he's still he's still that leader. He's still that, that mentor in terms of just being like, hey, if you want to be a little more efficient here, shorten this step and go here. And it just makes me better as a player, and it makes our room better. So yeah, it's super cool.
Have you found yourself leaning on some of his advice more this year since you're locked into guard mode as opposed to switching back and forth between the inside and outside?
Oh, definitely so. Like, I study Zach's tape all the time, even now, like from his kicks to the way he punches, the way he resets his hands, like all those little things. Because I know he's doing that at a high level. And, his consistency is a rare consistency, but the things that he does always has a purpose. And I do implement some of those things to my own game. Obviously, me and Zach are different players, but a lot of the things that he does really well, I do implement into my game because it's universal. It's fundamental. So,